Okay, please accept the invitation for YouTube. Okay, please accept the. Okay, good evening, YouTube. So now I will split you in small groups. Just a moment. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. So please accept the invitation for the small room. And 5 minutes before the end, I will call you back to the main room. Okay? See you soon, guys. Bye-bye. Okay. Okay, guys. So first, please, I'd like you present yourself. Could you present yourself for us, Afonso?
Yeah, good night, good evening. My name is Afonso. I'm living in Ceará, in a small city named Trairi, and I work as a public servant in Tribunal Regional Eleitoral. I'm 32 years old, and is it? I'm living with my wife here in a small house and 3 cats near the beach, and is it?
Okay, welcome and nice to meet you, Afonso.
Nice to meet you.
Elias, could you present yourself, please?
Hello, I'm Elias. I'm 35. I'm living in Teresópolis, Rio de Janeiro. It is in mountains region of Rio de Janeiro. It's about 2 hours from capital. I'm living there since I was a child. I'm married. I get married 3 years ago, and I changed my neighbor when I get married. I think it's I'm shy. I'm a software engineer. I work with technology. I work from home, and I like this conversation a lot because I have the opportunity to talk with a lot of people.
Okay, welcome, Elias. Welcome, and nice to meet you. What about you, Juliana? Could you present yourself, please?
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Juliana. It's my first classes, and I never speak English with other people, so I'm nervous. But I'm from Campos do Jordão, São Paulo, and I'm a student. I study environmental engineering, and I am 24 years old.
Okay. Welcome, Juliana. It's a pleasure to be here to see you. And no problem. We are here to learn, to practice, and feel free to talk a lot. Okay? So, guys, as I said, we will discuss about VARK modalities. So, Elias, I will start with you. The acronym VARK stands for Visual, Oral, Read, Write, and Kinesthetic Sensory Modalities that are used, just a moment, are used for learning information. Consider the names of each modality. Which of them do you think would be your sensory modality in terms of communication preference, which of them is kind of
Okay, I think my modality is oral because I remember now. I read about this topic. I remember now because I'm very shy. I'm introspective, and then usually people that have the oral people are more introspective, more reflective. Usually, these people, I read a long time ago a book about this subject, and usually people oral has their voice. How can I say? It's not aguda. There is a voice a little bit aguda.
A louder voice.
Yes, and this kind of people usually you have to pay very attention that you say, because the people remember well the things, details, and the people usually talk to yourselves in your mind. Then I think I'm the oral person.
Okay, this is very interesting because you remember, for example, the face of someone. Do you remember?
Yes, just a little. I remember better phrases, sounds, music. Faces usually I forget.
Because people who remember the face or pictures are more visual, and others are more oral, as you said.
Yes. It's very interesting. Usually, people that are more visual, when these people is explaining something, for example, I have a big problem. The people behave this. I have a big problem, and they make this just.
Yes. Okay, it's good. And you, Juliana, what is your preference? What is your modality?
I can't understand the questions.
Okay, no problem. Today we are talking about VARK modalities. VARK is acronym. V is about visual. A is about oral. R is about reading or write. And K is about kinesthetic. A person who is visual learn more things, seeing something, for example, a PowerPoint presentation. For example, my manager is a visual person. Is a visual person. When I will explain some problem to her, I surely prepare a PowerPoint presentation, and I put some pictures to illustrate this problem, so she understands this problem better when she see something. And other people are learning more, reading a text. I'm a kinesthetic person, who is a person that learn more with practical situation. I like to apply a knowledge in some situation. For example, I learned chemistry. I like to apply this kind of situation or subject in a practical situation in my daily life. So in this context, I would like to know what is your preference, your modality.
Now I understand. I think I prefer C, and listening at the same time.
Okay, so you prefer to read the text and at the same time listen this text, so you
Yes.
learn more.
Yes.
Okay, the end of in the last part of the video, the author oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Hello,
can.
guys.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Okay. In the last part of the video, the author describes that there are some people who are multimodal preference. For example, you can be a read, you can learn more reading and listen. So you are an oral and read person. So it's good. It's good. And you, Afonso, what is your...
I'm a multimodal person. I like to use all kinds of modalities to study, but writing is the less that can I use. And but I'm studying a lot of code program and software development, so I can write a lot. But when I was in the college or something like else, I didn't like it to use the notebooks to write. My notebooks was empty, always empty, because I like it to see and hear. But is it? I like all kind of models.
Okay, good. You are a multimodal person.
Yeah.
So it's good. And Afonso, do you agree that a person could learn better if he or she knows her modality?
Yeah, sure. I think it. Yeah, but I think it's a process to experimentation all of modalities.
Yes,
and to know how, what modality is better for the person.
Yes, sometimes someone stay in the same modality, basically just the reading and don't experience others.
I think depends depends also the kind of studies you have, because when I was studied for the public whole, I didn't like to study with videos, because the process was so slow, and I don't like the professors and teachers. So in this time, I prefer learning writing and read or listening something. But now I like to see. Well, when I study about software development, I like to see videos and write. Listening I don't like to, because in this type of studies, you don't learn too much, only listen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think it depends of the kind of studies that you are now.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree. When we are learning about a video, we are just receiving information. When we are writing or reading, we are trying to work by ourselves. So I think that we learn more, as you said. And you, Juliana, do you agree that a person could learn better if he or she knows him or her modality? What is your
Yes, I do. When I was at college, I used to only listen the class, and I had dificuldade,
Yes, difficult.
difficult to learn, and so when I started to listening and anotar,
Writing.
writing, I feel I learn much more.
Yes. When you listen some video, some audio, and writing, you are putting maybe your own perception about that situation, so that subject or that issue. So I think that is good to learn, as you said. And you, Elias, what do you think about this question?
Yes, I agree. I think a person could learn better if he or she know this modality. But I also think that all people, there are modalities at the same time. Okay, there is one modality that is predominant.
That
But
is the better that the person learn.
yeah,
But okay,
yes, but for example, imagine a doctor doing a surgery. During the surgery, the main modality of the doctor, the main modality that the doctor use is kinetic, in my opinion.
unexpected.
For example, when the doctor is learning to do a surgery, we need to use kinetic sensorial modalities. And not only visual aura modality. But for example, like Juliana said, she learned more when listening and writing. Okay, but it's not only for her modality. I think it's also to expose and to if you only receive knowledge, okay, you will learn. But when you expose learn, to expose your knowledge, you will learn more. For example, what we are saying now, we are exposed to English. We are not listening. We are talking to. Then we can learn more. Then it is about to expose your knowledge.
Yes. So this conversation directed us to the number 4. Question number 4. Do you think that some modalities are related to a specific profession? For example, an artist has a visual model while a teacher has an hour modality. Here we are talking about, for example, a preference for communicate your knowledge. So do you think that is related to a specific profession, Elias?
Yes, yes. I think, there are people that are more effective in their profession because of their specific modalities.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I'm a software engineer. I'm more shy, but I'm not. I think I will never be a good doctor. I won't do a surgery in someone.
Okay, but you have another kind
Yes,
of knowledge that you can explain by another modality.
yes, yes.
Okay, okay. And you, Juliana, do you think that the modalities are related to the professions?
I think yes, but I think qualquer pessoa,
Anyone?
anyone can
Develop. Yes,
develop.
the modality. Yes, I agree with you because, for example, we have a course of to speak better, you know? I don't know in English, but in Portuguese I don't know as well. Oralidade, the oral characteristics of the person. And we have a course, we have some people who teach how you could explain more better, how you could improve your speech skills. Yeah, so I think that we can develop a new modality. Yes, I agree with you. And you, Afonso, how
I
was your?
think yes. I think yes. Like as I said, and as Elias said, some types of works needs more VARK modality to learn. For example, when I studied software development, I didn't learn only listen, or artists will paint. Don't will develop skills only listen. You need to visual or kinesthetic modality to learn more. But I think all of these types of work are sometimes types of study that use more visual or oral or read and write, but mainly type of work use the mainly your type of VARK modality. All right.
Yes, of course, I agree with you, Afonso. And you said something that also directed us to the question number 6. What do you think? For different situations, we need to have different actions. Do you think that this could be applied to sensory modality? We are talking about, we were talking about professions. Now we are talking about our own actions. For example, I'm a pharmacist. Nowadays, I'm work at a pharmaceutical company as an analyst. In the first time of my career, I read a lot. I read texts and guidelines to understand my application. And nowadays, I have some years of experience in my area. So nowadays, I consider myself a kinesthetic person. So I can solve some problems in my daily life. But when I try to learn something new, I read. I listen, I try to find videos. And so in my opinion, I think that we have different modalities when we are talking about different actions. What do you think, Afonso? What is your opinion?
Yeah, I agree. Like as I said, the kind of modalities depends the actions we need to do. Yeah.
Okay. And you, Juliana? What do you think?
I didn't understand.
For example, you are trying to learn English today. So you can apply, do you understand that you can apply other modality? And for example, to learn your subject in your college or your course, environment engineer, yes? You could apply another modality different than you are using to learn English or to learn other thing.
Yes, if I understand, the new modality I use is to teach other person.
Yes.
Other person.
Yes, of course. When you try to explain something new for other person, you could apply another modality that is different than you are trying to learn. Yes, I agree. Yes. And you, Elias, what do you think?
Yes, I agree. I agree with you too. I think the different situations, our behavior is different, and our behavior is changing. Also, is changing, and the modality is changing too. For example, sometimes we need to take hard decisions that we that causes affect for a long time. Then we have to think more. But sometimes we have to take decisions very, very quickly.
Yes.
Then I think the modalities are different in these situations.
Yes, of course. We learn with our own problems, and in this kind of situation, we learn about a practical situation. Yes. So the example that I was talking is, for example, when I'm trying to learn English, as today, I'm talking with you, I'm listening you, and I'm trying to explain. So I practice the oral modality and listen modality. I'm not writing a test for you and reading, trying to learn about the reading or writing. So to practice English, I think that we should try to develop the oral modality. But for other situations, as you said, Elias, we needed to apply other modalities, and so I I couldn't agree more. And Elias, which are the advantages to be a visual person and to be a read-write person? Are some an advantage in this kind of?
I think our person, I don't know, visual persons can learn, for example, a way to get a new PlayStation more easy. Can recognize people. For example, if I see you at the street and I'm a visual person, I will recognize you more easier. Then I think, I don't know, in my opinion, a read person can remember better. For example, phrases in English, receipts, how to make a cake. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's it.
Yes, of course.
Mathematical operations.
Yes. And you, Afonso, what do you think? Which are the advantages?
I think the advantage to be a visual person are a good memory with pictures and videos, maybe videos, more pictures. And I think it's the more advantage I can imagine, but I think you are more advanced to be a visual person. But I'm not a visual person, but I'm more multimodal. So I think is are more advantage to be a visual. And about the reading and write person, I think in reading and write is a good way to learn and easy to start learning everything. Reading and writing is good. I think it's a better way to start learning something. Nowadays with YouTube, the visuals are competitive with reading and writing modalities, but I think it's easy to read. Books are accessible. I think writing you can reinforcement. Your memory are reinforcement. I don't know what the word.
Yes.
You reinforce it to your knowledge writing. So is it the visual are the good memory to pictures, and reading and writing is easy to start learning, and writing you can reinforce your knowledge.
Yes, I agree with you in your topics. And what about you, Juliana? What is your opinion?
I think a visual person have a good memory about places and have a facility.
It's more easier.
It's more easier to work with art and in general, art in general.
Yeah. And about the read and write person. What do you think?
About it?
Read and write person. Person who learning with texts and writing something.
A person who have a facilities with write, no, read, can learn about vários assuntos.
Many issues. Yeah.
Yes, issues.
So I think that the preference, your preference on learning is your preference or on provide the knowledge. So I think that people who are more visual could perform, could elaborate a presentation better than others. Mm-hmm. And people who learn with text and writing are people that write very well, are academic people that produce articles and texts. So thanks God that there are different modalities and all of us have some preferences because we have a lot of professions and experiences and likes to have. So I think that in the same time that you learn easier, you can teach easier. So maybe. And in your opinion, Juliana, the definition of kinesthetic modality is the perceptual preference related to the use of experience and practice, simulated or real. Do you consider this modality suitable for you? Kinesthetic modality?
I did understand the question.
Okay, no problem. The kinesthetic modality is about a person that prefers to apply a real or simulated situation to the problem. For example, you are an environment engineer. You have a problem in the college to solve. So you try to find a real or simulate a situation to apply your knowledge. Do you consider this modality suitable for you?
Yes.
That is good for you?
Yes, it's necessary. It's good, but it's very necessary. And I have difficult when I only learn in theory.
Yes, in a theoretical basis.
Yes, theoretical basis. So when I can apply, I think it's better for me.
In a real situation. The application of our knowledge and when we start in the office, in the world job, we need to have this kind of experience. Yes, I agree. What do you think, Elias? Do you consider this modality suitable for you?
Maybe, I don't know, because I think it's a modality complementary for me, but it's not very necessary. I'm too learning better when I put theory and practice. It's better. But sometimes, for example, once I was prepare prepare a presentation to my coworkers. Then, and I imagine myself talking with those people. Then I only imagine it. I don't talk alone I don't talk alone. I only imagine it. Then when the presentation happens, it was good. I don't have the practical. I have only the theory. I imagine, for example, some co-workers are very how can I say teimoso?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
Forgot. Just
Then
a
of course, anyway, I imagine I imagine me talking to this person, and the person complain with me about the subject. Then I prepare myself for that situation before the situation happens.
so
I
boring.
don't have time to
boring.
practice.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And this is as you said, and as Juliana said, it's hard to apply maybe a specific knowledge in a practical, or maybe simulate a situation, but it is necessary to our development. What do you think, Afonso, about this question?
I agree with you, and all of you. But I think the suitable to me, yeah, I think is need to suitable for everyone if you need learning something. But I think is the time right time to apply this modality, because if you start learning and try to use that learning, you don't know too much, and in practice, yeah, I think it's not good, because you don't know too much the knowledge, and you will make mistakes and imagine things that not real. So I think it's the right time to do the practical situations, and is it?
Yes, I agree with you, Alfonso. So there are people who are coming to the main room. Just a time. We will wait for everybody. Welcome back, people. I would like to know, how was the conversation in a small room? Douglas, how was the conversation for you?
Very well. I saw the workshop of Philip, and he had a lot of organized tools, and I was really jealous about it.
Hey, good. And for you, Luisa, how was the conversation for you?
Oh, it was very nice. I was in the same room as Douglas and Felipe, and our conclusion for almost all the questions was it depends. It depends on the person. It depends on the activity they want to learn. So it was a very nice conversation.
Oh, good, good. And what about you, Larissa? How was the conversation for you in our room?
It's good. Was good, the conversation. I conversation with Wendell and Gabriel.
Okay. Today was your first time, and
Yes. Yes, I like.
And for you, Gabriel, how was the conversation for you?
It was an interesting topic, because it's like the other people say it depends, but it was good because it was good to know Endel, because a lot of the questions he disagree. Like one person agree and he disagree, and we it's good because we saw all the
Yes,
starting and the ending of the point of view.
yes. It's good to have other opinions because we thinking about other perspective about the same subject. So it's very good. And for you, Juliana, how was the conversation for you? Today was your first time as well.
For me, it was great because I never converse
Talked
talked.
with other people. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So guys, as I said, it's real. It's a pleasure to be here with you all Wednesday, 8 p.m. So I hope to see you on the next Wednesday in the same time. And I will put the website of TALKNTALK on the chat. There you can find the subscription for the course, and we have a lot of options. If you have any doubts, you can talk with us and question about that. And I wish you all a good week, last week and weekend, and see you soon. Okay, have a good evening, a good night. Bye bye, guys.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
Sarah. It's a pleasure.
Bye.
Bye. See you.
Thank you.